All right, so, so like Carolyn said, our presentation today is the Gilmer Fire Department. We have Billy Joe Williams, Josh Kessler, and Garrett Barnett, so. Grayson Barnett, sorry. My bad. So anyway, they're gonna talk to us about all the latest happenings at the Gilmer Fire Department.
How are y'all today? Good. Thanks for lunch. It was wonderful. Well, many of y'all know I'm Billy Joe Williams. Been on the fire department since 1990. Fire department was established long before our time. Right around 1900, I think is what we've got figured out. Been in 2 or 3 different spots on the square. I think your office was part of it, is that correct?
It was.
Way back in the day. State Farm used to be where it was one of the original spots back pre-1917. Then it was moved over on Harrison Street. A 2-story building with the City Hall, police, library, all in one. 1995, we were graciously given our new structure we have now. We've been home to since then. We've got 11 apparatus currently with an array of things that we do with them, with combination trucks we do dual rolls with. We've got some specialized safety equipment we use. Take it on technical rescues, specifically Barnwell Mountain. We've got a UTV with it's a brand new UTV we got last year. We've made 1 rescue with it. It's able to carry patients and fight fire and do all of it. Do y'all need a little fire safety stuff? Sounds good? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What's the total number of firemen, volunteers, starting and all that?
I'm sorry.
Or actually active?
We have got 7 paid. We have, I think, 6 part-time. 30?
Somewhere around there.
We've got 30 volunteers. We've got capabilities of 45 volunteers, but rolls are down on the volunteer side. But we'd always like to increase it. We're doing our best to try to maintain volunteers and all that. They come and go year in, year out. What else you got? Any other questions?
Yeah, how do you notify people? Years ago, they blow the siren, everybody dial a number and
Call a number.
yeah, call a number and then
Okay.
everything is intended with firewall.
How we're notified is somebody calls 911, sheriff's office picks up that 911 call, transfers it to us, we take the information, we page it out to everybody in the county, all of our volunteers, whoever needs to go. We actually dispatch for the fire district also. We're notified via radio, pager, and or cell phone now currently. Technology's come a long way since dialing up the phone number on the old rotary dial to figure out where your fire was at back in years past.
The horn is still there. If we ever have something big in the city and we want to blow the horn, we still have the button in the station, we can blow the horn.
Y'all might start hearing that again. The old crew voted here a while back to start initiating that again. So when we get fire calls and we go out on, it's going to start blowing again.
We used to, it was like one, it was car fire, dumpster fire. If it went off more than once, there's something going on.
Right. They're gonna start that again. So I don't know to that direction, if it's just gonna be just like one shot every call, or if it's gonna be two, or how it's gonna go just yet.
I believe they said it's gonna be more just one shot, and it's gonna be more to alert everybody that's out and about that we're gonna be coming through kinda as a pre. So it's not just the fire trucks blowing sirens, it's, they hear the horn going off and can be prepared for us to be coming through. Fire safety.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I just, first off, want to publicly thank y'all for, like, saving our side of the square, you know, this morning. My question would be, I noticed there were departments showing up from all over whenever that occurred. How does that work?
Okay. We got the call, our guys got the call. However, phone rang and people were beating on the window all at the same time, Jerry's office window. He knew something bad was going on, and Jerry got there a little bit early. And it was, I know it was 6:20-ish, 6:30-ish, I don't remember, I hadn't looked at the times, don't remember the times, but what he did, he went in there and notified the guys, because we work now a 48.96. We work 2 days and we're off for 4. They were in the middle of their shifts, just before 7, so they were still in the bed, they hadn't got up yet. He went and notified them, got them up, went in there, paged out everybody, and then we got on the square and realized we needed more help. And that's when you saw everybody else coming in to help us. So, called in for mutual aid, because you saw on your side, we had 5 fans sitting on that one side operating, trying to get the smoke out of everything, and we carry a fan truck, you know, and we had 2 trucks on scene. So all the other fans were from other departments, minus the electric fan. We had the electric fan too was on scene. So 2 other fans were brought in, I think West Mountain and
West Mountain was there, Simpsonville was there.
Simpsonville, one of those departments, both of those brought in fans for us, helped us, and they helped out when all of our other guys were tired.
So is there a radius when y'all put out the call to other?
Yes, we have 3 different districts. We have the City of Gilmer district, we have the Gilmer district, which is about 5 miles out, and then we got the rest of the county, which is mutual aid. They call us. Depending on what it is, the SD wants us to page out on a structure fire 4 closest departments, and we are going further out now. It's because we're getting less and less activity from the other departments, so we're paging out the next closest department. The next closest department. I know we've had to go to the city of Big Sandy for a JAWS call. Me and my past partner had to go cut a lady out right there in the city limits of Big Sandy. On our JAWS calls and wrecks and rescues, we respond to the whole county. We're supposed to send 3 departments, am I saying that right?
3 including us, because we want
Yes.
2 extra sets of jaws on scene in case something happens to
Yes.
ours or whoever's.
All these, this new stuff just changed a little while back, I'm still learning it. We're all still learning all of the new ESD stuff, what they're wanting. But they want the 2 closest departments and us coming. If we've got a confirmed pin in, or somebody that's trapped or something like that, we'll get on scene and help them do whatever we can and assist them, or they'll assist us, whatever we need to do.
Is there anything that you have to ask a particular department for help, like Longview or Tile or something, something y'all just keep doing that you need to get help to do that?
Yes, sir. If we have something on the square and it is overwhelming us and we need a ladder truck, Longview, what was going to be our next call. Jerry was on scene. He is a retired Longview firefighter, our current fire chief, Jerry Taylor. He got there on scene. The fire wasn't overwhelming us, and it wasn't on the second floor just yet, so we didn't need to call for the ladder, and we kind of reserved from doing it. But we did call in our guys to come help us when our guys got a little bit tired.
Even when we're not on shift working, we can get called in, like, as far as the 7 paid people, because there's always 2 there, and then the rest of us are doing whatever we do in our daily lives. And if something goes out, we can all go and help whoever's on scene.
All 3 of us were off.
All 3 of us were
Yeah,
off.
all 3 of us were off. We had the entire paid staff there, a couple of the part-time guys, and the rest were volunteers. So,
It was Shelby and Cambridge.
yeah, Shelby camps. So, it was a whole lot.
Majority of your people that volunteers and paid officers or paid firemen, are they all Upshur County residents, pretty much?
Yes, sir.
You know, paid, yeah.
We've got one of our part-time, Shelby's brother, Colby, used to be one of our full-time guys. He is out in
He's a full-time fireman at
Fairview in Dallas. He lives out there, but he's still part-time with us on occasion. He'll come in and work at 48 and help us out some when one of us takes off. So,
Are all your people versed in all the equipment, or do you just have specific people for those specific apparatus?
we are all versed in everything we have, and our young guys are still getting trained on everything. They know how to operate everything we have currently. It's just
Experience.
experience.
He's been doing it a whole lot longer than we have.
We've had some fires, we've had some of our retirees go get trucks and have to help us out, and stuff like that here just recently. So we had a structure fire on Harrison Street, just down from Polk. And one of our retirees was actually on scene helping, and actually went and got a apparatus we needed on scene to come help. Think I'm shocked. I'm pretty impressed because nobody can get this truck started but a few of us. 1994 retired ETMC EMS ambulance that we use as a service truck. Kind of hard to start sometimes. All of our guys know how to start it. I'm just funning, but Randy got it started, got it over there for us.
Do you have specific people that take care of like the electrical power, gas, or stuff like that? I mean, if you have a structure fire, you got all these things going on that y'all don't necessarily have control of as firemen, but it's utilities and stuff like that you need to take care of.
Yes, sir. Gas stuff, we're all trained in. Electrical, we leave up to a certain few of us. Jerry Taylor, Johnny Taylor, John Finney, Bradley Hill, and a few others. Jim's retired, yes. But they usually take care of the electrical outside when we need it to, and stuff like that. So the gas is pretty simple. If the meters can be shut off, shut the meter off. If the water meter, same way. Contact. In the city, it's a lot of times we have to call the water department because we don't know where the meters are to the homes.
I'm curious about that.
Yes, sir.
I was putting out rotary flags, we do that several times a year. And I forget where I was exactly in the neighborhood, but our plug looked like it was about a 1905 model. We have some, does all those work?
Yes, sir. Yes,
We
sir.
go out and exercise them periodically?
We are in the process, and yes, sir, we exercise all all the plugs not necessarily get serviced per se, and I'm sorry, flowed, fully flowed. But service and flowed, we're gonna do every 4th or 5th one currently on a year-by-year basis to get them all up to current. I'm actually right now in the process of GPSing a bunch of new fire hydrants. The school, the high school, the new addition out on 155 North, across from the old ambulance service. And the ones that have been removed, realigning them to where they have been changed. We've had some moved across the roads in certain locations that I've had the GPS. But all that's simple, just little paperwork that we're working on. But all of them currently are working that we know about. The city's water department is actually trying to help us out. We're trying to help them out, get a good number on stuff that's broken, stuff that's not functioning. We've got something that's dating back to, I think, 1900. Where was the one that you saw was 1909?
I just threw that out there. It was an old antique. It was an antique. I don't remember where it was.
There's
like one I've ever seen.
Polk and Warren Street.
It might be where I saw it.
I think it's 19, there's a 1911 right there that I did flow here a couple months ago.
Nice one.
On Polk. I flowed 3 of them on Polk Street, helping the water department out, trying to determine if they had a problem, checking our water flow levels from what we've had in years past to the current ones, and they were working on that. I think that was before they found the leak out on the mountain. They had a major leak out there that it corrected.
Well, all that stuff's pretty old because that's where the water tower was at one time.
Yes, yes, sir.
Told you. Warren.
Yes, sir.
What's your equipment wish list?
Equipment wish list.
Ladder truck, they always ask. Every year they ask for ladder truck. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, we're trying.
Time it'll work.
As long as you, if they had need, as long as you ladder truck the other day, it's tied up in Smith County. So
Yeah.
it would have been on the way.
All it takes is money.
Yeah. We'll get there sometime. We'll get there. Small stuff, I'm not sure of. We've got. We always, every year, we're testing our hose, testing our ladders that we have, and testing, and we're always replacing it annually. Having to replace stuff annually, not the ladders, but the hose. Every so many years, we'll have a run of 4 or 5 sections of big hose and 4 or 5 sections of small hose. The next year, it might be more than that. Just depends on how much we've used it, how much we've stretched it out, and all that in years past. But we're doing fairly good right this very second. Having to get it replaced. Replacing our nozzles every 4 or 5 years. We got a new gas detectors a few years ago. 4 gas meters that we can wear.
A year ago.
Or a year ago, excuse me. We've got one of those on all of our frontline trucks, and I think there's one in Jerry's truck. But
Do y'all have all of your like personal
Yes,
safety
yes,
gear that
yes.
you need?
the way we do it with the city, the paid staff is on a 3-year rotation. And our shift, we just got ours last year. Next shift will be next year and following so forth. gear that we have gets stepped down to volunteers. Our gear is good for 10-year tenor. So when we come out of ours is still good for 7 years. And all of our part-time staff's the same way. We try to keep up with it pretty good to where they've got a good set. From head to toe. It's got to be within 10 years for an FPA for us.
You know what the cost is now to outfit an individual?
I do not currently, I can get back with you on that though.
I heard it's pretty
Do
accurate.
what?
It's,
Yeah, it's 3,000 or 4,000.
yeah, I think it's up
Be
close
as high
to
as you want it
4,000
to
to 5,000 if I remember right, per person now. I might be off on just a little bit, but I think it's over. Where it used to be, when I joined, what was it, 2,000? Back in the day, to get the gear we had, and now it's up almost double that, if not over.
Just depends on the brand.
Depends on the brand and everything.
This might not be a question for you to answer, but do you know where we stand on fire protection in the insurance industry?
ISO ratings?
And a lot of that's how much water you got in fire trucks and all kind of stuff.
They used to be called key rate, they went to ISO rating now.
Do you know what our ISO rating is? Is it
I
4?
believe it's 3.
3 point, it's the 3.
I don't know. I just don't think Gary said it was 3.
I guess my
I
point
think
is-
we are 3.
I guess my point is that real good.
Yes, the highest in the state is 1. And I don't know where it starts at. I think it starts at 10, or is it higher? ISO 10 is the worst, is the bad one. That's the one, that's the areas that are not covered.
I know if we had a ladder truck, it would kind of bump us down towards a 2 or a 1. Just,
Yes, if we had a ladder truck, it would go down further.
What that has to do is how it affects people's insurance rates.
Yes, it makes them go down. The lower the rating, the better fire rating you're gonna get.
Well, just for everybody's information, every year the fire chief asks for a ladder truck. And one of the main problems, I guess, is you get through a grant, but the grants don't come around all the time. And when the grants do come around, if he's asked for one, then we got to come up with the matching money to buy this ladder truck if we get this ladder truck. So he asks for one every year. We'd like to get one, but, you know, that's just kind of where we are right now.
Do you know what the figures are on them right now?
But what?
Do you know what the figures are on them right now?
No, I have no idea.
Mount Pleasant just made a purchase April 1st, $2.4 million for a ladder truck. That's correct.
I don't remember how much our match is, but we have to match 10% or 20% or 50%, I don't know.
That's not on the grant for Mount Pleasant. They're not gonna take delivery on that truck for 4 years. 4 years.
And how high up would that ladder go?
They've got various heights.
I think theirs is a 75-foot ladder. I think Mount Pleasant's is a 75-foot ladder.
Yeah, so fire trucks have shot up substantially in these past few years, doubled in price almost. From our 2010 model to our 2020 model, it doubled in price from what we had to pay to get them. Went from 250 to $500,000 in 10 years.
You have to replace those every so often, I mean, it's
We're on
periodic, the timetable.
Yes, sir, we're on a 10-year rotation. We keep 4 engines, 3 of them are frontline, and we keep 1 reserve. Once they get down to a 30-year mark, we put it down in reserve for 10 years, just in case we have one in the shop or one out on something, or if you understand, I mean, for maintenance or something. We keep one extra one just in case. And they have had to make calls in that position as a reserve truck. not as just a front line.
Who does your periodic maintenance?
We have a new outfit over in Longview that's been built about 4, 5, 6 years ago, Sidney Martin. They're a full apparatus maintenance facility. They've taken care of us hand over foot. They were coming in doing all of our maintenance before they built the facility in Longview. It was Dallas, Shreveport, or Houston where their office was, where their building maintenance work was. And they found a place in Longview to put one. It's out by the airport. Test, they can work on anything from a light bulb all the way through the pump.
Do we take our equipment there, they come here?
We take it there. We actually take it there now. They don't, they got all the tools there when and everything, the lifting equipment. If we have had to call them out here recently. They do come here to us if need be.
For smaller repair stuff, they can just knock out real quick.
Yep. They actually they made an emergency call for me last July. Made a scene call last July. Had one of our trucks go down on scene and wasn't able to be moved. And they went out to this call and fixed it while there was multiple departments on call.
What's the name of that company?
Sidney's Martin.
Simmons?
Yep, apparatus. It's over in Longview, Dallas, Shreveport, Houston.
Did they move one out of Shreveport to
I don't know if they moved out
I
or.
saw a Shreveport truck there the other day.
Yes, sir.
If there's a wreck out on the highway, whatever, I don't know, kind or whatever, do y'all just automatically send some piece of equipment out there or?
Okay, we have certain equipment for the wrecks. We have small trucks and we have large trucks. It just all depends on if they call us, depending on what they need, if they need traffic control, if they need large traffic control, if they need a JAWS unit. JAWS Life's what we help cut people out of cars.
A lot of our car wrecks will send our rescue truck to get there first because it's smaller, quicker. It can get there and assess everything that's going on. And then the other person will pull up in our tanker because it's much larger and heavier. It can block traffic and stay behind the scene. So if something happens and somebody ends up hitting the tanker, everybody in front of it is safe. And the whole scene is all secured. But they both have rescue equipment, jaws, struts, airbags, everything that we would need for a rescue.
Okay, any other questions?
I have a question. You were talking about Barnwell Mountain. You said y'all had some new stuff for Barnwell Mountain. Is that like something y'all get a lot of calls for? I'm just curious.
EMS does.
Okay.
EMS does. On the fire side, they are getting more and more calls over there. They can't get to the patient and stuff like that, so we've got this piece of equipment. It's UTV. It's capable of carrying a patient out, carrying an ambulance crew in, our firefighters in. It's 5, 6-seater.
It fits 4 comfortably. If you have to put 5 in there, you can.
Yeah.
We used it and dropped it at the top of the hill, and we could drive all the way down the trail to where the vehicle was and loaded them up and drove them out instead of having to drag them and carry them in a.
Yeah. That's just something that I've never thought about, like safety issues at Barnwell Mountain before, so.
They had us some UTVs to ride out there to help put our equipment on. Our trucks can only go so far, and then we're stopped. The ambulance can only go so far where the roads are. And we needed something else to go, something else to help. And I think one of our other captains come up with the idea, and it was produced. We actually got it produced, so.
Very cool. Okay, thank y'all for coming. Okay. Caitlin, do you need to tell anybody anything else before we leave?
No, ma'am.
Okay.